Hi, welcome back to my channel where we shamelessly talk about the things that make us smile, especially beauty products. Today we're going to be talking about the ColourPop Stone Cold Fox collection, including the palette and the brush set. ColourPop was kind enough to gift these items to me, so if you're interested in hearing more about that and you'd like to see how I got this look, then please stick around. Hi guys! Today we're going to be talking about the Stone Cold Fox palette and the accompanying brush set. Now they don't come together, they're sold separately. I'm going to jump right into it and tell you a little bit about the palette. It has 15 shades, it retails for $34, and let me read you the description. Ultra cool mattes and glimmering metallics create the perfect combo to take your look from everyday neutral to ultra dimensional glam. Babe, you're a stone fox in this 30 pan ultra cool palette. I'm a stone cold fox. They also released this beautiful brush set, the Stone Cold brush set. It retails for $32 and comes with 15 brushes. This 15-piece brush roll set features cool stone colored handles and ombre bristles in a faux leather case. She's a Stone Cold brush set of 15 best-selling makeup brushes. I'm really excited about this collection because personally, the brush set, I love ColourPop brushes. Like, love them. And then I'm really excited about this because I had a chance to play with cool tones kind of for the first time in years when ColourPop sent me the That's Taupe collection. So when they sent me this, I was like, oh my god, yes, I'm here for the challenge. I will go for it. And looking at this, I know that I really want to play with this beautiful magnetic moon shade. Oh my god, so beautiful. Also, true story, I did a look the day this came with it and I filmed it and everything. And then I went to edit it and my hair looked like a mess. So I'm gonna do it again, but I'll show you the picture from that look. I'm kind of just gonna recreate that look. I thought it was a good look, so we're gonna go with that. So the Stone Cold Fox palette is the sister to the Bare Necessities warm toned palette. I'm gonna show them to you side by side and we'll take a look at how similar they are. So Stone Cold is on the left, Bare Necessities is on the right. I actually don't think there's much similarity at all. If you see them, I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but I can tell in person that they look very, very different. One is completely cool toned and the other is very warm toned. If you already have Bare Necessities and you really like it, I think this would be a really good compliment, but it's kind of cheating because I've already reviewed it and I think that the shades that I tried were really, really good. Oh, I also wanted to show you the That's Taupe palette next to the Stone Cold palette. So I don't think that these are similar at all. It's kind of surprising to me how different they are, really. When you see them in person, you can tell that those shades are not replicated in this palette, and you can get a much more taupey look than you can with this palette. This is definitely cool toned all the way. Also, I'm super excited about the brush set. The Bare Necessities collection also had a brush set, but the brushes in there I did not like as much as I like the ones in here. I just think that the eye brushes are really good for people with small eyes like me. I do really, really like the brushes. I think this is such a great deal, so if this comes back in stock, it's out of stock as of filming. If this comes back in stock, this is something I would grab right away. I think it's such a great travel idea. So these brushes are inexpensive. They're really all you need for any look, so you could just use them at home. But then also when you travel, they roll up easy for travel. But I also like that they will be protected in this travel case. So I feel like it's a win-win in general. But I love ColourPop brushes overall, and I use them all the time, not just when I travel. For quick comparison, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the ColourPop Bare Necessities brush set. Now this brush set is more pink rose gold, and these brushes have never been used. I like them a lot, but I want to save them more for pictures because I just think they're so pretty. I do see the really like stark comparison in terms of the beauty of both of these. So can you see the difference in the colors? Beautiful. And then also the brush itself is different. So this is the F28 and this is the F18. They have such a wide variety of brushes. I also just wanted to point out that the Stone Cold palette itself has this really nice stone-like texture. Hear that? It's risen and it looks like stones on the palette, which I just think is so clever and cute. So when I look at this palette, what I see is that in each of the different columns, they have kind of a look laid out for you, almost like a monochromatic look, except for this column right here. When I look at the palette like that, it makes it a little bit less intimidating for me, someone who's really not a cool tone person. But I really, really do like this row right here, and so that's the one that called to me the most when I looked at it, because I was like, that is cool toned all the way. We can do this. Let's go for it. So yes, this is the row I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using a couple other shades as well, but I'll walk you through that. So the brush that I'm going to be starting with is the ColourPop E22. I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Luxe and put that at the very top of my crease. Now before we get too far into this look, I just want to acknowledge that I know that there is stuff right above my lashes. That is actually magnetic liner. I find that it's really hard to get off. Next I'm going to go in with the shade You Rock, and again I'm going to put that above my crease. I look like death with this color on. I mean, with all the cool tones, I just look like death. Okay, now I'm going to take the ColourPop E23 from that set. I'm going to dip into the shade Bold Type and put that in my crease. So I've put the color, like really packed it onto my crease, and I'm just going to go with like small circles kind of around it to blend it out, is the purpose. I don't know if you saw that I'm wearing this like cool toned jacket to kind of match everything. So I actually didn't spend too much time blending and I really like how that looks. Still looks a little bit like death on me, but like a cool death. So next I want to go in with the shade Rumor Mill, and I'm going to use the ColourPop E27. I'm going to put that on the outer lid of my eye. And I'm really just going to focus on the outer corner, try to get that color on there as best I can, pack it on, work it up into the crease a little bit. And I'm going to go back with the E22 and just do some blending around the outer edge of it. I'm going to blend up as best I can. And I'm just kind of leaving that more on the outer corner. I'm not blending too far in, but I mean I am, but I'm just not like really trying to work it over. That's not the goal of the blending in. And I'm sticking to the outer edges for the blending. I'm not blending what's on my lid. That I want to stay kind of packed on. I'm feeling how this is turning out. I hope it looks good on camera. Sometimes I hate it in person and on camera I'm like, oh, it looks wonderful. And then other times I like it in person and I don't like it on camera. Yeah, I look almost like a villain, like kind of vampy. Now we're gonna go with the piece de resistance. We're gonna go in with the shade Magnetic Moon using the ColourPop E24. This is one of my favorite flat shading brushes. I like to use it to pack on metallic colors. Do you see that? You see what I see? I love it every time. So I've been out of focus. Hopefully you can see me. But that shade is stunning. I mean stunning. I love it. So I've applied it all over the lid, and now what I'm gonna do is try to just blend it up a little bit. And I don't even mean up, I just wanna like blend in place and just try to like deal with that line of demarcation between this shade and the rest of the look, especially along the top. So I'm gonna try to use that same brush to do the inner corner. Yep, that's what I did. Isn't that color like stunning? It's just stunning. ColourPop just kills it. I love how that's looking. Okay, there's a couple things we need to do. First, I'm going to take a little bit more of that dark gray Rumor Mill that's on the outer part of my eye using the same E27 brush we used earlier, and I'm going to just lightly, I'm going to pack some on because it tends to go away. And then I'm just going to try to mesh these two together a little bit. And then I'm going to go back in with the E24 and see if I can blend them out a little bit. Friggin' beautiful. And then I'm going to take a tiny bit of the Rock Bottom, that's the black shade down here, which is confusing because there's a shade called Obsidian down here that looks a little bit more like brownish reddish. So I don't know what's going on. I thought Obsidian was black. I'm going to dip in just a tiny bit, again using the E27. It's just a tiny bit, and I'm going to put it seriously in the outer V, only a little bit. Just want to deepen up the, like, this part a little. And then we got to blend. And again, I'm blending up, blended nicely, and it looks good. It gave good dimension. Oh goodness, I like how this is turning out. All right, so I still need to do my under eye, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna put some concealer on underneath my eyes. I know it looks like a lot, but I promise it's not. And then just use my sponge to clean that off. I like that so much. I'm just gonna put a blurring powder underneath my eyes, and I wanna use a ColourPop one, so I'm gonna use the ColourPop F32. Oh, and I'm just using a blurring under eye powder by Pat McGrath. Now I'm gonna work on doing my under eye, and I'm gonna just kind of be bold with it. And I'm gonna go with that dark gray again, Rumor Mill underneath my eye, again using the ColourPop E27. And oh shit, that's real bold. Maybe more bold than I wanted, but that's okay. We're just gonna go with it. I want to actually use the ColourPop E29 and go in with the shade I Dig It, and I'm just gonna put that right underneath my brow. And then I'm just gonna use the E24 and again going with that beautiful silver shade Magnetic Moon and put it on the side, like go under my eye. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. I like this how this is going. For the inside of my eye, I'm going to use the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Space Dust. So it's actually a beautiful like gold champagne color, but it's the closest thing that I have to being kind of like cool toned. Okay, we brought that in. I love how that looks. I'm going to finish up my face. I can't help myself. I love a good contour. And I'm going to use the ColourPop F31. And this is my Park Avenue Princess palette. Actually, love how this thing smells. So I'm gonna dip into the shade Princess Cut. Normally I use Angle, but this is a little more cool toned, like slightly. And I'm just gonna sculpt out my face where I want it to look sculpted. I'm like going for that gaunt look. This is the Clove and Hollow bronzer. And I'm gonna use the bronzer brush. Well, I think it's more of a powder brush, but I really liked it for bronzer. It's nice and soft. This is the F28. Pray with me that this looks okay. Just apply it to my cheekbone, and then I like to turn it sideways and then kind of blow it out a little. She looks like toasted. Toasty and bronze. I'm gonna take the other side of the E32. I'm gonna dip into this shade Enhance right here. Just go along my jawline. Kind of help sculpt it out a little more. I look like death. I'm gonna take the Chanel 340 Evening Beige and I'm going to apply it as a blush, and I'm just gonna use the ColourPop F30. Try to concentrate it in that blush area. It's maybe a little warm toned, but I don't know what else I would have. Very cool. Then I'm gonna use for highlighter, this has quickly become my favorite highlighter. The ColourPop sent this along with the That's Taupe collection. This is the Super Shock Cheek Highlighter in the shade Seismic. And tap that on. Oh, lips. I had to put lips on. This is the shade Share by Gerard Cosmetics. Oh, I'm so feeling this. Like, I like it so much. All right, I threw on some lashes. These are actually the ColourPop Falsies Faux Lash in Honey. That's the name of them. I think they're pretty cute. I don't remember how much they were. I think they were $6, something like that. So. All right, here is the completed look. I am actually filming the end part of this one more time because I'm pretty sure I had lip gloss on my teeth the whole time. So please let me know if I have lip gloss on my teeth. I know you can't actually let me know, but like in spirit, just let me know. So for the price, this is $34. I do think it could be a little bit less expensive. I feel like $34 is kind of a lot for ColourPop, but I do think this is a really good collection. I think if you have the Bare Necessities palette, you will really like this as a companion piece because between the two, you'll have every neutral color imaginable. So just keep in mind that they do have sales. They're a 10% off deal. Some people have those codes. I have a $5 off code if you want to support me, then use my code. But if you just want to save money, then I would use one of the 10% off codes because you'll save more. The formula is the typical ColourPop formula, really good. They just have really good shadows for a really good price. I'm not sure how they do it, but I'm all about it. They have great wear time. I actually wore this look all day 2 days ago and I had no issues. I was very active that day. I even took a nap in the look and there was no creasing, no wear issues. It didn't wear away. It looked just as good. Maybe not just as good, but really, 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 really good. This is gonna sound crazy, but I'm kind of preferring cool tones. Maybe not on me. I mean, I love how this looks, but I think in general, we're trending more towards cool tones lately. And I think that we're kind of sailing away from that warm tone trend that we've been on for like 6 years. So that's kind of exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what more comes out. I mean, this sold out and has been sold out like within a few days of it coming out. So ColourPop is definitely on to something and doing something right. And obviously Natasha Denona did that with her Glam palette. That was like a huge hit. Wasn't for me because I was like not a cool toned girl, but I mean, now I kind of am. Look at me. Who knew? They made a convert out of me. Comparisons and dupes, we did talk about the Bare Necessities palette and I also showed you the That's Taupe palette as well. I think that they're actually very different. I think this is probably the closest, but still it's very different shades and you get a very different look. It's more taupey, to be honest. Which do I prefer? I mean, I don't think I can answer that. Should you buy it? So I think that question is kind of easily answered. I think if you're a cool toned person, absolutely yes, grab it. You will love it and enjoy it. However, if you're new to cool tones and you're a little bit like angsty the way that I kind of get, then I would suggest starting with the That's Taupe palette. It's a little bit less expensive. I think it's $14, maybe $12. I think it's a really great way to step into cool tones. It's actually a little bit like slightly less cool toned than this palette in my opinion. This is sold out right now. It will come back in stock, so just sign up for notifications if you want to be notified when they do come back in stock, and then you can go in and grab it. In terms of the brush collection, must buy. It's a must. This brush set is like gold. I mean, I love it so much. I need to like calm down for a second. I think it's such a good deal for $32. Like, it's crazy good. And that's like $2 a brush, and the brushes are so good. I don't understand. ColourPop, how did you work this black magic? I don't know. I'm so glad that you did. So if you can get your hands on this, it's currently sold out, but I would sign up to be notified when it's back in stock, and I would grab it. I would grab it and I would grab it fast because I like this brush set so much. If I didn't have any brushes, which I have a ton, I could get by on just this. I loved every single brush and I thought they got the job done, and I really liked the look that came out of it. So grab this. This is a must-have in my opinion. Like, should you buy it? Yes. Yes, you should. Grab it now. I also, just one other thing I wanted to point out, I love that it has a little cover for the tops of the brushes. So it protects the brushes and then also protects whatever is around it, because obviously, you know, your brushes can be dirty when you're done. And look, it gets dirty up top, but it does not get dirty on the outside, and if you throw it in your bag, stuff in your bag with this won't get dirty either. ColourPop, you guys are just killing it. So yeah, comment below if you're going to be picking this up, if this is something you're interested in, or if you've already picked it up. I'd love to hear what you think, but either way, let me know. Otherwise, that's all she wrote. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe because I would love to have you join the family, and I'll talk to you again next time. Bye!